Welcome to Business Law, our last subject in the analytical section of this course. So, let's begin. Here are the basics for business law. These are going to be key terms that all MBA courses will cover, so you'll want to become familiar with them. As with business, however, your main focus should be all the laws associated with contracts and sales. Make sure to see the worksheets and/or workbooks that contain the definitions for them provided with this course in order to get a basic understanding. Why is business law in the analytical section, you may be asking yourself? Because it's analytical in nature to decipher laws and to make sure you're compliant on any contract you've signed or sales agreement that you've released into the market. Understanding the why of business law. Firstly, by understanding the legal needs of a company, you'll learn how laws and regulations can impact businesses in an either negative or positive manner. At one point of any business, you'll need to seek legal advice, and by having a good understanding of business law, you will be better equipped to interact clearly and productively with legal professionals. You will also be able to understand rapid changes as they occur and how they will immediately affect business. And finally, it gives you an experienced approach in managing an organization more effectively. What's the purpose of business law? Here are 3 key concepts provided in the simplest way possible. You have to know the different types of laws because it helps managers address the problem correctly and it avoids costly lawsuits, which every business will eventually have to deal with in their life cycle. As I mentioned earlier in the basics slide, a contract will be one of your main focuses and a business law course provides the basics of it. And as we all know, people have emotions and needs. There are dozens of possibilities a manager can find themselves in where they will need to know how to manage employee relationships because those types of situations can go in any direction. The following are main takeaways that you'll learn from your business law class. I can't stress enough how important contracts are to business law because they affect every business transaction, both formal and informal. Labor relations to employment regulations to shareholder rights will also be affected, so expect to learn a lot more about them in your course. When the professor begins to cover intellectual property, which is basically knowing how to protect your idea or product and what category does it fall under when filing for your intellectual property, you'll learn and understand what copyright, trademark, and patents are and how to avoid IP infringement. Corporate and company law, which are interchangeable terms, cover all aspects and constraints of running a business, while corporate governance, which cover all the rules, practices, and processes to direct and control a business, is mandated by a company's board of directors. All in all, by understanding and knowing the different types of laws associated with business, you can be successful in every business transaction that a company becomes involved in. Here's a breakdown by which type of entity a company can file under and a quick definition for each. There's a few others such as an S-Corp, but the ones listed in this chart are the main entities that you'll be learning about. This is a ton of information, so feel free to pause this slide so you can read at your own pace. This was actually a fun course for me, believe it or not, but by no means was it easy. I didn't have any general background knowledge of law, so it became extremely beneficial for me to understand as an entrepreneur. Our big assignments involve choosing multiple case studies provided by the professor and applying the theories and concepts into practical applications to the case. There will be a lot of reading and writing, but there is only a huge upside if you become well versed in business law. In addition to the previous slide, the following topics were several of the concepts that we studied and used through all of our case studies. Congratulations on making it through the final video of this course. As always, if you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the section below and we'll have an open discussion.